Hello, Nedbank Pitch and Polish fans, and welcome to another exciting evening of pitches with me, your host, Khosi Khalech. Last time we saw Cheslin Denman snag one of those coveted semi-final spots, and tonight we'll find out which contestant from the yellow group will join him. Will it be Braden and Avi of Breeze Delivery or Xolani of XTLS Dreadlock Specialist? We'll find out later on tonight, but first, let's do a recap of what's at stake here. As you know, our contestants are battling it out for a first prize worth a staggering 1 million rand. The winner will receive 650,000 rand in cash and a bursary worth 350,000 rand for a Race Corp incubation program. And it's all thanks to the incredible generosity of our title sponsor Nedbank and our program organizer Race Corp and our venue sponsor, the Business Exchange. Tonight, I'm giving both Nedbank and Race Corp an extra thank you on your behalf because they've sponsored this year's viewer prize too. No real surprises here, but we're giving away another 5,000 Rand Avo Super Shop voucher and a Race Corp strategy mentorship package tonight. Keep watching if you'd like a chance to get your hands on it. But enough with all the talking. Let's take a moment to do some learning. Here's Yasmin Ali with some more pitch analysis.
Thank you, Khosi. One of the biggest challenges for entrepreneurs in any presentation setting, especially the cauldron, which is the Nedbank Pitch and Polish arena, is fitting everything into the allocated time. 90 seconds simply isn't enough. So what do we do? Well, just speak as quickly as possible, right? Just kidding. Please never do that. Instead, we need to be as strategic with all the time available to us as we can be. What does that mean? Well, it means that we plan our pitch to cover the most important points and then plan our answers to cover what we couldn't fit in. As an avid Nedbank Pitch and Polish viewer, I know that you saw Babungile from Velour Flora's pitch. Here are some questions that the judges posed to her afterward.
And they reach you in your retail environment, or is there an online platform that they can go to?
What I'd like to understand is how has your business changed and adapted over that time to keep yourself relevant?
Right, from our perspective, you won that Ekurhuleni competition. Why do you think you won?
The judges' comments after her pitch also made it clear that they want to know what she will be doing differently in order to get different results. Yet when Khosi did the post-pitch interview, she gave us this piece of information.
We are also looking at establishing a flower academy.
Including this in her pitch or in response to any of the questions related to growth would, in my opinion, have been a game changer. It gives her a different income stream, an answer to her seasonality, and a possible differentiator. It may just have gotten her into the next round. Remember that this competition is judged from an investor perspective, and an investor wants to know how you grow and diversify. How is your pitch showcasing your growth aspirations? How do you fit your answers to speak to your growth narrative? Have you covered all your product expansion plans, all your upselling and cross-selling opportunities, all new pipeline opportunities, and the systems and processes that will lead to growth? Find ways to include every growth aspiration so that your audience knows that you're serious about growth. Thanks for joining me for this pitching principle. Back to you, Khosi.
Thank you, Yaz. And now it's time for tonight's pitches. Back with what's hopefully a new and improved pitch is the power duo Braden and Avi of Breeze Delivery. Good luck in there.
Hi judges,
Welcome, gentlemen. How are you feeling today?
Nervous, but also good.
You took the feedback from the last round?
Most certainly.
Yeah, and it's a different pitch?
A little bit of tweaks there, so hopefully it's what you wanted.
Good, and that's what you want, actually. And you understand it's 2 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pitch and polish.
Hi, I'm Avi.
And I'm Braden, and we're the co-founders of Breeze Delivery. Breeze Delivery isn't just a last mile delivery platform. We know the space that we're playing in is incredibly competitive, and that is why we have positioned ourselves as a turnkey fulfillment partner to e-commerce brands that are looking to impress their customers with rapid delivery. We have fulfillment hubs that offer storage, picking and packing services, which enable our clients to ship to their customers within the same day, even in cities they don't have a presence in. Additionally, large retailers can integrate with our delivery platform and deliver from store to door in under an hour, with those customers being able to live track our drivers via WhatsApp with chat and call functionality.
The e-commerce market has grown significantly, from 4% of total retail sales last year to an expected 10% in the next 12 months. We fulfill and provide our service to over 100 e-commerce brands, ranging from large enterprises like Liquor City, AB InBev, and Nedbank Avo, through to entrepreneur and influencer-run businesses looking to have a killer delivery experience. We've been able to create over 30 full-time employment opportunities, and we've been able to onboard, train, and vet our drivers through our driver app, over 1,000 drivers. We're also doing over 10,000 deliveries per month.
We are growing exponentially. In the last 12 months, we paid out over 3 million Rand in driver earnings. Our monthly recurring revenue is over 800K at 40% gross margins. And if we were to win the pitch and polish competition, we'd use the incubator program to strengthen our internal business processes, allowing us to scale faster and more effectively, and the 650K to hire mid-level and senior developer to bring the awesome features we have in our roadmap to market sooner. Thank you.
Great, gentlemen. Thank you. All right. Monique, should we start with you?
Great, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So glad that you've adopted the changes, and particularly that you've now expressed that you're not the last mile delivery service, because I think that's where the bugbear was the last time. Just in terms of your operations, your cost of sales are exceptionally high. It makes sense because, obviously with fuel costs and wages costs, etc., etc. As you scale, those costs are obviously going to increase. What are you going to do to curb those?
Yeah, so Avi and I knew when we started this business that we weren't going to make a profit overnight. It's a scale, it's a large volume type of play, and we've seen that in our numbers. So as our unit economics get better, as our volumes get better, our unit economics get better. So our key metric for our business is how many deliveries a driver can do per day. And we've seen that as we onboard more clients, we're increasing the unit economics and getting that nice the margin that we're looking for.
And when will you break even?
This month in June.
We just missed it this last month by 10,000 Rand, so it's a very exciting time for us.
Great, thank you.
Melissa?
Just in terms of just that value, is the value more skewed towards the end user or the recipient of, let's say, the delivery, or your clients? And how are you kind of growing that value and still maintaining your costs?
Market expectations have changed dramatically. Customers are looking for faster delivery, more reliable delivery. And for us, we appeal to the merchant, saying, how do you do this? How do you compete with the likes of the Amazon Primes and the likes? And we are their service delivery partner to ensure that they're able to pick and pack more effectively and be able to deliver in a much faster and reliable fashion, providing their end customers with maximum visibility.
Yeah, just to add on to that, it's a great question, because we essentially have two types of clients. If we look after the end customer, our merchants are going to stay with us. So it's very crucial that the whole delivery experience, because we're representing the brands that we integrate with, is seamless and top-notch to compete with, the Amazons and the Takealots.
So the value is on the, call it reliability and so forth, and price. So who's the benefit of the price efficiency, if I can call it that?
Yeah, so we do consider ourselves as quite price competitive in terms of what else is out there. We charge our merchants a set fee. What they charge their customers is up to them. But if we can, charge the most affordable rates, then they can choose to, push that value through to the end customer.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to go back to the turnkey comment before. And tell me if I'm understanding this correctly. You said, okay, we're not last mile delivery, we're more than that. We actually will store your goods for you. And when we get the order in, we'll pick from our storeroom and then we will deliver from our storeroom. That requires warehousing, security, insurance, the pickers, all the machines, the software, etc. for that. How many of those warehouses do you currently have? And what is the typical thought process of when you go into or how you move to a different geography?
Very good question. So let's maybe start with the simpler one. We've got 2 operation centers and micro-fulfillment centers, one in Gauteng and one in Cape Town. And a lot of e-commerce merchants have a single warehouse where they probably produce their products. However, if they're seeking to do same-day delivery in Cape Town and their warehouses in Johannesburg, they're not able to do that at a very efficient cost. So what they'll do, they'll send us products in bulk to one of our fulfillment centers. We have an understanding of how much stock we have, whether they're able to fulfill from that particular location. It's all system driven. Our system has the key logic to that. So that's from a dispatch point of view, giving them full visibility of what's sold, what's on hand. And then when the delivery is actually, when the order is placed, our system automatically knows that it's ready for delivery. And then we'll print out a packing slips. Our teams will actually do a barcode scan and our system will recognize that this item needs to be packed, and then we'll automatically print out a label.
Too much detail. So are you a 3PL, third-party logistics business?
Yeah, we are, but not entirely. So we do collect from our clients and deliver direct, but we have the option of storing and picking and packing the goods.
Okay, so the issue in the 3PL business on that side is that if you get big clients now and they say, okay, store all the stuff for me, and you're sitting in a lease that, that's got another 3 years to run and you've run out of space, it's not that simple to just open up in the building next door because it might not be available. So how are you thinking about that?
Correct. So we've partnered with a company called InnoSpace.
Yeah.
They offer flexible offices and storage units. And they've been really nice to us in terms of us being able to scale and not be tied into long-term commitments. So that is a concern. We're in talks with a large client that if they were to come on board, we'd have to, consider taking a long-term contract on a big property. It is the inherent risk of what we're doing. We just need to make sure that, the service delivery is up to the standard so that they don't leave.
Thanks, gentlemen. You may leave.
Thank you.
Cheers.
The tighter pitch.
Tighter pitch, much better, but now I'm hella confused.
Yes.
Because when they mentioned the platform, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
It's businesses buying to software
Yes.
that you're assisting with.
Yes.
If you look at their financials, I don't see where the warehousing costs are coming in.
Come through.
Yeah.
So it's like, but now you've got a dispatch
Would
in
that not be
Johannesburg,
the rent?
but you've also got
based on
offices
the
in Sandton.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, now I'm confused.
So I'm hearing the pitch for the first time. I think for me, from a positive perspective, it sounds like there's a lot of thought through their competitive risks. So I was quite impressed by that. I just, from a longevity, I think that for me is still unclear. But I'm how can I say, I'm keen on this thought process that they seem to be thinking through based on the questions that were pitched to them.
Yeah, I wonder, it's a question mark in my head, how much of the pitch was designed for us versus what's real. Like, in other words, they took the feedback and then now they've
Tweaked it.
tweaked the pitch to what they think we want to hear.
But that's what he
versus
said in the beginning.
Yes.
We hope it's what you want.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
said exactly.
Yes.
But it's not what we want. We want to hear the truth told in a different way. Yeah. So anyway, let's score, and I think the scores will tell the answer.
Yep.
Gentlemen,
Kosi,
how are you doing?
good in yourself.
Excellent. That seemed like that was a breeze.
It seemed that way, but I think it was a lot tougher than the first round, I must say.
Okay. So what did you do different?
I think why it's tougher is because, you know, you have to make the tweaks that they recommended in the first round, but also you need to pitch like they've never heard it before. So finding that balance is quite difficult, I thought.
So what was your preparation scheme looking like? Were you focused on trying to make your pitch completely different, or were you focused on trying to deliver elements that you hadn't delivered, but at the same time trying to sound a little bit different for the judges?
So we didn't like revamp the pitch from scratch. I think we just beefed it up based on the feedback that we got. You know, when people hear what we do for the first time, they think we, you know, an e-commerce business that sells online. So to get that across to the judges with the extra 30 seconds really does help, yeah.
So did you use your time effectively? You ran out of time.
Yeah, we did, but at least we were closing up at the end. It's better to run out than, you know, finish with 10 seconds of, you know, that real estate that you could have used. So yeah, the timing was a little bit off, but I think we did well.
And Avi, tell me about your side of the preparation. I remember in the first round, you pitched a little bit less and Braden handled all the numbers and the sales side of things. How was your incorporation into the second round?
Yeah, it was really challenging in terms of extrapolating more based on the feedback. And it is quite nice to actually get deeper into the business. I handled the technical side, so this time they really did hone in on that. So I found that quite fun, but also at the same time nerve-wracking because you never know what question they're going to ask.
Gentlemen, I'm hoping that the rest of the competition is truly a breeze, and I trust that you're going to have a really good competition further.
Much appreciated.
All right, thank you. The competition really does get more serious in round 2. And as we move closer to someone winning that prize worth 1 million rand, our judges are naturally going to be a little bit more critical than they were in round 1. Do you think Braden and Avi did enough tonight to convince the judges that they deserve a spot in the semi-finals? Let us know your thoughts on social media. And speaking of the judges, who are we sending in to face them next? Making his way into the pitching arena right now is Xolani of XTLS Dreadlock Specialist. Let's see how he does.
Hi, Xolani.
Hi, judges. How are you?
We're good. We're not pitching, so we're not so nervous. Are you nervous?
Yeah, a bit nervous.
Okay. And excited?
Yeah, with some excitement inside.
Okay, great. You know there's 2 minutes in this pitch?
Yes,
You know we're expecting you to have changed your pitch from the last time?
yes,
Okay. Are you ready?
yes, I'm ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pitch and polish.
XTLS Dreadlock specializes in growing your natural hair longer without causing any harm to your hair and scalp. We wash, twist and style dreadlocks. We also convert relaxed hair to dreadlocks. We have 3 branches in Durban. My name is Nombenu. I'm the founder of XTLS Dreadlocks. Our revenues have grown from 257,000 in 2022 and estimated to achieve over 750,000 in 2024. XTLS has grown from 250,000 in 2022 and expected to grow to...
Relax.
Okay.
On.
As per Modo Intelligence, the South African hair market is estimated at 9 billion rands in 2024 and growing to 20 billion rands by 2029. XTLS can grow to 20 branches by 2030, generating over 1.5 million rands in monthly revenues. With 20 branches, XTLS will employ over 100 full-time employees and assist in in job creation, employment and empowerment. Our revenues, wow. It's okay. Okay, with the 650 from Nedbank Pitch Polish, 150 will be used to buy new equipment and renovate our current branches, install camera systems, alarm systems, and fraud detection systems. And then the 350 will be used to expand Umhlanga branch capacity and open our fourth branch in Johannesburg North, stock up retail care products and upsell to our clients. And then we'll use to implement the point of sale systems and the flow code software. We're planning to increase our branches by implementing the franchise model, which will be opening 5 branches first and then extending them to 15 branches. To achieve the 15 branches will be achieved by selling three branches per annum to achieve the 20. Oh, wow.
Sure.
Wow.
I think you were a bit more nervous than you thought.
Very nervous.
All right, let's start with the nice judges. We'll start with the ladies. Let's start with you, Mona Lisa.
Hi, Xolani.
Hi.
Xolani, what are you solving for? So what I mean by that is a competitive offering. It's not new. What are you solving for in terms of your customers? I appreciate painless, but what is it that would make me come to one of your branches?
Well, the first thing that would make you come is the locations that we have and the operations. We've got clean operations in well-located places. You know that dreadlocks mostly they are done on the streets, so we're trying to make it to be on mainstream.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So as we saw the numbers start to trip you up, the quicker we try to relay them.
Yeah.
What I'm wanting to understand is your actual numbers. So are you saying that in 2022 you made 257 and you're expecting to make 700,000 at the end of this year?
Yes.
What have you changed from 2022 to now to warrant that increase or to get that increase?
It's the number of our branches. In 2022 we had only one branch, and then in 2023 we had 2 branches, and then 2024 we now have 3 branches.
Okay. And
So,
do you sell product as well in your branches, or is it just the service?
yes, we do sell products also, the aftercare products, home care products, which are retail. So when you come to do your hair, and then we sell you a spray or a hair food.
Okay. And then the stylists that you have, do they work on a commission basis, or are you paying them a monthly salary?
Currently they are earning the monthly salary, basic salary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lani, we were chatting before your pitch and trying to understand your positioning. You've got big brands who do dreads, who specialized in dreads that are quite expensive. And then you got the person on the side of the street at a taxi rank doing it there. Where are you positioning your brand?
We are positioning our brand to be on the formal places, not on the streets.
So is it just one up? So which market are you going for? Is it the person who would normally have gone to the street to have their dreads done and now wants a slightly better, more secure environment? Or is it like, are you trying to take from the guys who are charging a lot and charging cheaper in a good location? Because you seem to be using your geography as your differentiator. So we've got a branch there. But as soon as a competitor comes right next to you, think about when you answer this question, if somebody opens up right next to you and you can't use geography, then why would they come to you?
Firstly, it will be the kind of the styles that we use and the products that we use. We use the highest quality products, which the guys on the streets don't use.
Okay, but the other guy, what do they use?
The other guys, they use the cheaper products, so that's why they charge cheaper.
So I'm going to use the name Jabu Stone because I know him. Okay?
Yeah.
So would he use cheaper products, or would he use expensive products?
Jabberstone
Yes.
will use expensive products.
Okay, so now Jabberstone sets up right next to you. How do you compete against him? Why do they come to you? That's my question.
It's the types of styles we do. We've got different styles set up than the other people on the streets. Our styles are
I don't want you to compare against the streets.
Okay.
Okay, because then maybe that's your positioning. You're moving the people up from the streets into a more formal environment. And that's your market and that's your positioning.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And one last thing is how much you spoke about point of sale. My guess is that a lot of your business is done cash, and that's a problem because of potential theft.
Yes, it's a problem. So with to avoid theft, we encourage our clients to use digital payments over cash payments. And then we encourage them to register their details every time they visit the salon. And then the third part, we make sure that we are using the client services, customer service system, where our clients can get discounts every time they come.
Okay. Xolani, you may leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, that look.
Shame, that was actually really, it makes me so sad, this particular pitch, because I was really impressed with him the last time because of the software that he has in place and how he's using it to bring efficiencies. But one of the things that he's not using it for is understanding his finances. The statements that we got versus what he's saying is just doesn't stack up, you know. And I think that's why he tripped up, is because he's learned to say the numbers parrot fashion without really understanding what they mean and what story they're telling in his business. So it's just really, really sad.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think added to that is, I mean, I was obviously hearing the pitch for the first time, so I appreciate what he is trying to create and the environments he's trying to create. But what he hasn't thought through is that moving into formal environments is actually he's got a different competitor.
Yes.
And it's quite important to, I mean, Alon had to, I felt you were coaching him to almost understand that he's got a different competitor. And I do feel he hasn't thought that through. And that would then make him lose his USP if that was the differentiation in the beginning.
Yeah, I get a sense from him that I think I used the last time I used the word thoughtful, that he's been very thoughtful about this business in terms of even using the electronic vouchers, you know, as a way to, as a workaround around the point of sale, the cost of the point of sale. So I do think he's a great entrepreneur, and I think he's like 2 or 3 clicks away from actually building a good business. And if I were his, you know, mentor or coach, I would suggest that he gets his positioning right, his unit economics right around one branch, how that works before he starts thinking about expanding, because it seems to be chasing the numbers, the volume, but not the profitability. Because even if you grow at 750 over a year over 3 branches, if you work out how many staff and the rent and the electricity and the insurance,
All stacks up.
I don't know if that's even profitable. So I would encourage him to slow down, get the unit economics right, build the brand, and then expand. But I've also, it broke my heart that pitch, it really did. All right, let's go scoring.
Olan,
Sure.
how you doing?
Hey,
Are
can't
you well?
complain. Not really.
Yeah?
I think the pitch was, actually it was not what I expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, it was 35 seconds in. That's when I saw you pause, and then you took, like you let out a big sigh, like, whew. Take me through that moment. What was going through your mind at that time?
Yo. I think it was a very, let me see. It was something like, I'm not sure, something like just came in, so like I lost everything and I didn't know what to say anymore.
So at 35 seconds, you'd already felt like you've messed everything up and you've already lost.
Yeah, I think I just lost the first part that was supposed to lead me to the whole pitch. So trying to go back to it, then it made me to lose the whole pitch.
Why do you think that is?
Not sure, I think it's the nerves and over practicing, maybe.
That could be it. Because with over practicing, if something just might not go the way you want it to, it could be nerves,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's true.
So when Alon was zoning in on whether you're representing the streets or whether you're representing a service delivery offering that is willing to compete with other giants in the industry, what did you take out of that entire process and that engagement with Alon?
Yeah, I think I learned that I need to have more, I need to align my strategy better so that I can be able to understand exactly to which part are we in, and then position ourselves to the part that we want to be a premium brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Xolani, thank you so very much. I'm wishing you all the best for the rest of the competition and good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Compared to his pitch in round one, that was hard to watch. Xolani's nerves seem to be getting the better of him. Look, I think we need to remember that it's not easy to stand up there and sell yourself and your business to a panel of intimidating judges. The pressure must be unbelievable. Although, of course, we haven't just thrown them into the deep end. All of our contestants have benefited from a learning program and they've worked one-on-one with a Raise Corp business mentor. So even the contestant who gets eliminated tonight doesn't exactly go home empty-handed. They've got newfound knowledge, pitching experience, and mentoring that they can use to take their business from strength to strength. Well, that's the yellow group pitches done. It's time to chat to our judges before they announce who will be going through tonight. Judges, I'm back.
Come back.
How was this group? Alon, I take it by the look on your face. The expression on your face doesn't...
I expected more from both pitches, to be honest. Both tripped up, one more than the other. Yeah, and I think the thing that was common in both was a lack of authenticity. Their personalities disappear as they become the people who memorize their pitches instead of speaking from the heart.
And I noticed that Avi did trip up a little bit. Is that something that rehearsing over and over and over could possibly cause?
Yeah. You know, rehearsing is important. It's good to be prepared, but there's a statement that you shouldn't be over-prepared, because when you're over-prepared, you lose yourself to the pitch. The pitch is speaking, not you, and investors will feel that. And then when you, in your mind, reading your own pitch, you saw that happen with Xolani, where you could see you could feel he read, and then he sort of stumbled and he went and reread it again, the same line in his head. And that's not a good thing. So the idea is to be prepared, but not over-prepared.
Mona Lisa, between the two pitches, between Braden and Avi and Xolani, who really resonated as a company that will grow?
Sure, this was a tough round for me. I mean, not to labor Alon's point, but I think message I want to put across, this is not an oral, right? It's a story, a life story of a business that you have put your time, your money, and everything in, and that's what needs to come across as to why you, right? Second to that, I think that to answer your question, from a face value perspective, two very good businesses, but each pitch or each of the entrepreneurs involved missed the spark or the magic formula in why their businesses and how their businesses could scale, I think is what makes it difficult for me, in that not knowing really, really well for yourself, because that's what will happen when you're doing an oral, right? Because you're regurgitating, you're not thinking it through. Yeah.
And speaking of tripping up, Xolani did trip up twice in his delivery. And Monique, you mentioned that this is when he started speaking about the numbers. What do you feel from a number crunching perspective his business is looking at in the near future?
Yeah, I think, the numbers is something that entrepreneurs really need to understand intimately, because it literally is the lifeblood of your business. And what we find oftentimes is that there's this misconception that busyness means profitable, and it's not. And when you don't understand what story your numbers are telling you, that's when you trip up, because you can't talk to that authentic story that Mona Lisa is referring to. And it's a pity, because he's got big dreams, and I love the way he's used software in his business. He's an entrepreneur for sure, but on both sides need to understand the numbers.
And speaking of numbers, Alan, are you happy with how Braden and Avi brought forth their financials?
They did have the numbers. They had a lot of numbers. They spoke about recurring revenue. They spoke about percentages. But when it came to use of funds, I didn't hear much there. And that's a big part of the score sheet, is how they're going to use the money. I didn't hear it so well.
And getting 650,000 Rand in order to inject into your business and to perform certain tasks with, are you confident that Braden and Avi would do what is needed to be done to grow?
Yeah, I think they're both come across quite disciplined and very driven. So I would feel very confident if they should win it, that they would use the money in an appropriate way. But we didn't hear what they said they were going to do with it.
And Mona Lisa, Xolani's business, do you feel he is more street or formal, or in the bridge gap between?
I don't think he knows. That's the first point, or he hasn't identified that for himself very clearly, or for his business. But certainly, I think based on what he was relaying, I appreciate that he's filling a gap. And that's why I asked him, what are you solving for? And he's an ability to portray that or relay that says to me that he still needs to figure that out for himself and use that as his proposition.
Monique, would you invest in Breaze Delivery?
I would. There are risks in the sense that it's a highly, highly competitive market. Their cost of sales are exceptionally high. And they need to also get to the point where they understand what their key differentiator is in market. But yeah, like Alan said earlier, two very good businesses that could do with mentorship.
And there it is. That's the second group in the second round, off to elimination.
Hello, gentlemen. This is where we earn our judging salaries, which are 0. Okay, but we still have to earn them. So we're going to have to eliminate one of the two businesses today. But before I start, I just want to say that it wasn't a foregone conclusion. It wasn't easy. When we looked at the numbers, we all score. When we looked at the numbers, there was a 5.3% difference between the two businesses in scores. And despite the fact that you, Xolani, had a very a terrible pitch from a pitching position, the Braden and Avi team left out some very important parts in their pitch, which is what you were going to use the money for, right? So when it comes to the scoring, what do I say? 0. Okay. So, was that enough to get you through? We'll find out just now. But let's start with you, Xolani. On the positives, I love the fact that you wear your brand. I wear my brand every day. Same with you, by the way. Great. Any opportunity to market, you market. So I love the fact that you wear your brand. Where you shone was the questions. You stumbled on the pitch, but your whole personality changed when we came to the questions. We felt when we just spoke to you, you could relate, and then we could hear the authentic you in the Q&A. So if you get through to the next round, you're going to have to bring that into the next round. And we honestly believe there's a business there. Okay. On the negative side, obviously your pitch was terrible. I think we were all, come on, you can do it, get through this. We were all vying for you. You had the mommy here on my left here going, come on, it's okay, you can do it. Okay. We were pushing for you to get through that pitch, but it wasn't a good pitch. In terms of the business, from the business perspective, it's very clear that the business relies on you, and we couldn't understand how it wasn't going to rely on you into the future. And I think that the key takeaway that you need to take away from this round is your positioning. When Monalisa was asking questions and I was trying to prompt you to get a sense of where your positioning was as a business, you couldn't answer that. Braden, Avi, once again wearing your logo, great, love it, just deep respect. I loved your start of that pitch because you took the wind out of our sails by talking about the competition. Like, you listened to the last pitch and you listened to the feedback, and you took that away from us, which was very, very clever. I thought that was a very good start. You mentioned Avo, so Avo's part of the whole Nedbank group, and so you got some brownie points there for that, I'm sure. And what I particularly loved about you, when you spoke about the numbers, was the 800,000 recurring revenue and the 40% margin. Any investor likes to hear about recurring revenue. It's the aphrodisiac for any investor. On the negative side, Avi, last time you were very, very strong in the first round in terms of your personality came through. You also became quite robotic today. You overthought your pitch, and that came through. So you lost authenticity. So you went backwards in terms of your personality. We want to feel who you are. Last time we felt you, this time we didn't. And now we were confused, and I think it just requires time. And I think we own this, but you need to know that it wasn't that clear whether you were a last mile business, a 3PL, or a platform, because you've been vacillating between the three, and maybe it's all three, and maybe it's two out of the three, I don't know. But I think that needs to get tighter in terms of how you're pitching. And one thing that we heard from you is, you even said it in your pitch, I hope you hear what you want to hear. It's not what we want to hear. So it felt inauthentic in the sense that you were saying things just for us to hear it. I didn't know if it was true, and I think the comment after you left was, like, I think they pitched for us. I didn't think they pitched their business, there's a difference. So that came through, that there was a lack of authenticity there. I think your business model hasn't considered the step up. When you open up a new branch, and I've seen this with many businesses, when you open up a new distribution center or anything, there's a whole bunch of costs you haven't even thought about that are going to come. And the fact that you got two doesn't mean it's the same economics for 3 and 4. And I'm worried about that in your model because it's a competitive space. Your USP didn't come through. What problem you were solving didn't come through strong enough. And then, of course, how you're going to use the money didn't come through. And you lost like 30 to 40 points in that, just per judge. in that. So that just dropped you. And that was a big oopsie. So you fell down on the pitch, you fell down also on the pitch in a different way. So who's going to get through between the two of you? Who's got 5.3% more in points than the other? And the person or people who are going to be eliminated today is Xolani. You may leave. Well done to the other guys. To all of you, but actually to all three of you, I think we were all saying that there's a business in both there. We would invest in both businesses. In fact, there's a more sentiment to invest in your business, Xolani. We feel they can do more leverage if you find your niche. But both of you have got great businesses. All three of you have got great businesses. And we look forward to seeing your success into the future. You may leave. Some will celebrate, some won't.
And Breeze Delivery goes through to the semi-final. Well done, Braden and Avi. Xolani, you put up a good fight and you should be very proud of yourself. We wish you all the best. And with that, it's time for our viewer competition. I'm sure you can't wait to get your entry in, so I won't keep you in suspense for a moment longer. Here are tonight's questions. 1. How many deliveries do Braden and Avi do every month? And question number 2. Go online to flowcodepowered.com and let us know one type of business Flowcode is ideal for. If you think you know the answers, then send us a WhatsApp with your name and the right answers to 066 232 7355 before midnight. The right answers will go into a random draw. We'll pick a winner and then contact them before 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll also post the winner's name on social media later this week. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tune in again next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. to find out which contestant will be joining Cheslin, Braden, and Avi in the semi-finals. From me, Khosi Khalegi. Good night.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit relieved now because all the work is done. But then another thing, I think the judgment was fair because I've seen that everything I prepared didn't go through to the pitch. And I've learned a lot in this. I'm sure most of the things I've learned here will be easy to implement in my business going forward. And then if I get another opportunity, maybe I can come back stronger. But I accept the decision and I'm happy with it.